What's going on, guys? This is Joe with Krav Maga Krav Maga XD. Today we're talking about a simple technique or practice or thing you can do to avoid getting into a bad situation that may result in some sort of a fight or a violent confrontation. But first, if you're new to us and you want to try out a class, just go to kravclass.com, check it out. It's free. Try it out. I think you'll love it. Now, we get students all the time. We have two different kinds of students that we normally get. Number one is going to be the student who just simply wants to get in shape and they're bored at the gym and they just don't really feel like running on a treadmill, so they decide they want to try out a class, and they also learn something practical that, like self-defense, that they can use in real life and all that stuff. But it comes to fitness, then self-defense as a byproduct. Then we get students who are more, they want to learn self-defense. So they come in because they want to learn self-defense, and they get fitness as a byproduct. Now, both these people, we love them. Obviously, they're our students, they're our family, it's just part of our culture here. Now, one thing that happens is people always ask, it's a very simple question, what can we do to just avoid getting in a fight altogether and not get into these situations that require us to do disarms and punching and kicking, all that fun stuff? And it's a really simple answer. The answer is this: avoid going to places that you think will be dangerous. Now, very simply put, but very hard to follow. When someone says, hey, let's go out to this place, it's hard to say, I'm not feeling it tonight. So here's the thing. I understand that we cannot avoid all the places that may be sketchy. I get that. Trust me, I know. I'm going to tell you a story a little later of kind of a situation I had. But you can still say no to things. You can still go different routes. You can still do things to prepare you. So let's say you have to go to some sketchier place, and you can, first off, you can say no. Second off, what you can do is just take a better route. Maybe to your destination A that's kind of sketchy, you have to go through this harsh part of town. So maybe instead of going straight through, take the longer route and go around. That's an option. You can prepare yourself. You can lock your doors. You can even bring a self-defense weapon that helps you out if you need to. You can also just do small techniques like go earlier in the day. Don't go so late at night. Maybe if you're going to be there early and you're going to stay late, maybe you have to find out an alternative situation or solution to that. Maybe you just bypass the event altogether. I know this is not a very sexy advice that we're doing right now, but it's very simple. Just don't go to the places that you feel like are dangerous. And that will help probably solve most of the times that you're going to get in a bad situation. A lot of times people do go to places and then they get in a bad situation and they go, fuck, man, how could I have not done that? Well, just don't go. I actually know people who are friends of mine who have gone to bad places and have had bad things happen, like being mugged, being attacked, and whatever. And then they came up to me and was like, what should I have done? And my first answer was, you shouldn't have gone there. It's that simple. Just say no to these things. Now, I know it's hard for the ego sometimes because it's hard to say, no, I'm not going to go there because it's dangerous. It's like, I get it, trust me. So a story from my own personal example, I have a lot of stories like this actually, but this one is always in my mind at first. So we went to Jamaica a few years ago. I can't even remember when it was. That's how little I take vacations now. We went to Jamaica a few years ago, and it was awesome. We had this all-inclusive resort. It was high-end, really clean. Everybody was super friendly. It was a great time, actually. I had a really, really good time. And then one day, we were like having a little cabana on the beach, and it's like a private little section. And I remember looking out, and like far away, maybe, I don't know, really far, almost too far as your eye can see down the coast, I saw like a hut. And I saw people like drinking there. So I'm like, dude, that must be a locals bar at the beach. We should go. That would be awesome. Whenever I travel, I like intermingling with the locals and being in their culture a little bit. So we're like, okay, let's go. So we started walking down. And first off, I made a lot of mistakes. First off, we were in sandals. I didn't have any protection of self-defense type of stuff with me, nothing that in my hands, just a board shorts and a tank top. My girlfriend had a bikini on. So like, we weren't necessarily, and she's, anyways, we're walking down, and during this time that we're there, the Olympics was happening, and this is when the guy from Jamaica won for the world's fastest runner. So the guy, I can't remember his name on the top of my head, but he won, it's like the first time Jamaica had a winter there, and the whole island erupted. Like I've never experienced this before. We're walking down. We're about halfway to the local bar that we saw down there on this white sandy beach, and I remember just hearing like rumbling and like cheering and applauding, like this low tone of just noise. I was like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, as we're walking, we were just swarmed. Hundreds, thousands of people were just swarming the beach. I couldn't even see white sand anymore. It was just packed. It was awesome. Like the energy, the surroundings, everybody's like cheering and yelling. I was like, dude, this is rad. I didn't know what was happening at the moment. And it was kind of fun. I was digging it until this one guy like whistled and was like, hey, I like your girl. We should make a deal. And I remember going, oh no, that's not, that's not gonna happen. Like, we're not gonna be talking about this right now. And of course I was trying to play it off like as if he's joking, because I was hoping he was joking. Turns out I don't think he was joking. And I started to scrutinize more people around, and I realized he was with a large group of just men. And during that time I started getting that weird feeling like, oh, I shouldn't be here. Like this is not the place I should be right now with my girl, who's also dressed up in a very sexy way. Like I'm vastly outnumbered, like 1,000 to 1. Like this is not a good fighting situation if something was going to happen. So my ego inside of me was like, just who cares? Ignore him. You can kick his ass. Just go down to the bar, get some drinks. And then I started looking at more people, and I realized we were kind of being watched, like stared at. And I started to realize like maybe we're not welcome here. Maybe this isn't the tourist section. And where they try to, when you go to out different countries and they try to like, make you have fun and like you're welcome there. Maybe this isn't that spot. Maybe we're in an actual locals area and they did not want us here. And also I had this really hot girlfriend and they liked her. And these guys, they looked the part, like they would try to do something. So I immediately had that Krav Maga instructor brain came on and said, Joey, what would you tell your students to do? You would tell them to just leave. So I literally said, hey babe, let's just go back to the hotel. We'll grab some drinks in our cabanas and stuff and we'll hang out there. Like that, and that sounds more fun. And she was like, why? I don't understand. And I was like, cause I just feel like we should. And so we turned around, we went back, nothing happened. Awesome. I have no idea if anything ever would have happened, and I'll never know, but I'm okay with that because nothing happened. I wasn't there for something to happen. So I had to put my ego in check. I had to turn us around. I had to make that decision. Now, was that a good decision? I think so. Did I miss out on going to a locals bar? I did, but it's okay. We did other things later, and actually, like that vacation, I had probably 4 other stories of really sketchy things that happened, and as a result, I don't really care to go back, which is kind of funny. Also, to that note, side tangent, before I travel now, not just because of Jamaica, but before I travel now, I check out their crime rates and crime situations, because there's actual advisory websites that tell you what's going on in these countries in certain times, because not everybody's like the US, where it's just like not a lot of crime happening all the time unless you're in certain bad parts of it. So these are just little tiny tactics to help you not get into the situation that you're going to need self-defense for. In fact, I would argue that this is self-defense. Avoiding it and not going to these places is the first line of self-defense. And the last line of self-defense is the actual fight, which is what we train the most of sometimes. Sometimes we have to train to learn how to fight, to make us understand that we're not as badass as we think we are, and that so many things could happen that we don't want them to happen, so we avoid them from happening. So we almost become a little bit more passive. But guys, that's it for today. If you have any questions, please always comment. If you have any requests on topics to talk about, I'd love it. I have a good list of them, but I want to make sure we touch on things that people are asking about too. And if you want to try out a class, go to kravclass.com, and we will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day.